Hey everybody, welcome back to HemingwayLand.com, your source for quality, affordable land in the state of New Mexico. Got a new property today that we're really excited about. I want to talk to you about in this video. This is 10 acres in Valencia County. It is priced at $5,000. It is priced at a mere $5,000. If you scroll down here on our listing page, down here on the table, as with all of our properties, there's GPS coordinates. Click on these. It'll bring it up on Google Maps and show you exactly where this is. So, one of the reasons I'm really excited about this property is it's in the Rancho Rio Grande subdivision, which is an area that we've bought a lot of property in the past, sold a lot of property in the past. This is an area that people tend to really like buying property in for a couple reasons. One is there's a lot of amenities out here, and the second is that generally value of land, real estate in this area is going up right now because of how much development there is in Valencia County itself, how much business and industry is coming there. So this specific 10-acre property, let's just talk about this. This is actually two adjacent 5-acre lots, this one and this one. They are sandwiched between Twining Lane and Sharon Lane. Now, if you want to get a sense, let's actually just go back to the photo gallery down here. The bottom of the page of photo gallery, as with all of our properties, we get photos taken from the exact property itself. That first photo is a little local color, but this photo is from the property, and this photo is from the property. What you can see with these roads is that this is not the typical desert land being sold on the internet. This is not the kind of thing where you need a tank to get out to the land. These are very easily navigated roads. These are very well-maintained dirt gravel roads. The county does a good job of maintaining these, and obviously you can approach this, get out here to your property in even a small vehicle that's not built for off-roading. So that's a nice benefit. Anywho, let's go back to the map. All right. So the properties in this subdivision, just to give you a little history lesson on this subdivision, basically from east to west down here, about this length, and north to south from Socorro County up to, up to about here in Valencia County. This whole area was once owned by the Twining Land Corporation. Twining, back in the 50s, chopped it up, subdivided it into 5-acre lots. Now, this is important because all of the developers at the time who were chopping up land out there were separating things, subdividing them down into quarter-acre, half-acre, 1-acre at the most lots. Twining, however, preserved this whole subdivision as 5-acre lots. So, first of all, I like 5-acre lots. I think that's a healthy portion of land. I think you own a 5-acre lot, you live on it. It's the kind of thing where you've got enough privacy where you don't have to talk to the neighbors if you don't want to, but you can always get to them in case of an emergency. It's that kind of thing. So I like these 5-acre properties, and it's not the kind of thing that you can find in pretty much anywhere else in Valencia County except for this subdivision. Now, this is important for a couple reasons. Number one, if we zoom back in here, you can get a sense of exactly how densely developed everything east of the I-25 is over here. That level of development hasn't yet started to hit this subdivision, but I guarantee you it will in the years to come. I think I've mentioned already about the, or maybe I haven't, the Facebook data center that's out there in Los Lunas. That's bringing a lot of business, a lot of jobs into the area. But even more than that, the state and the counties are doing a good job of things like the Rio Metro line now extends down to Los Lunas and Belen. So what you're seeing now is people are kind of fleeing the city of Albuquerque and moving out here into these more rural areas, these cheaper areas to live, and then simply commuting every day to work. A quick train ride. I mean, even if you drive up, it's a 30-minute drive up the I-25, but you can commute as far as Santa Fe. You can live down here, work in Santa Fe, and simply take the Rio Metro up and back every day. So, point is, things are becoming more interconnected down here. Now, if you studied this subdivision, hello, let me zoom in here. There it is. All right. If you study the subdivision more, what you can see here is that development is beginning to creep into here. These aren't just RVs or people who are living out of their trucks or their trailers, things like that. These are actual homes that are built out here. And Valencia County has done a nice job of maintaining this area. I mentioned earlier that the subdivision extends from Valencia to Socorro. Property values in Socorro County, however, are much less, and part of the reason is because Valencia does a better job of maintaining that, but what exactly do we mean by maintaining that? It's not just the roads. It's the fact that there's power pretty much all throughout the subdivision, as well as internet. And obviously, there's homes out here. There's people living out here. There's an airport out here. 5-acre lots close to the airport the Valencia County assessor places a value on them at $20,000 per 5-acre lot. It's not as much down in this area where we have property. These are assessed at, I think, about $10,000 per lot. So you've got about a $20,000 value here that we're selling for $5,000. So it's a good bargain. By the by, quick thing, I mentioned earlier that power throughout the subdivision. Power does not extend down here on Twining Lane or on Charon Lane. The closest power that I can see is here on Hinson Road. You can see a little bit of it there, but then more specifically up here at whatever this thing is. And then you can see power is extending up this road. My suspicion is within a year or two, power is probably going to be down here as well. I don't think it's difficult. This is what's been reported to me in the past. If you want to build out here, if you're saying, I'm going to buy this land because I'm going to build on it, it's not difficult to get power extended out there, or at least power companies will tend to do these things on the cheap, we'll say, because they know they've got, a paying customer now. They know they've got somebody who's going to be paying them continually. So they tend to do the hookup kind of thing for, if not free, then on the cheap, as mentioned. Now, if that's your desire, that's something you're going to have to worry about. If you're buying this simply as an investment property, or that's what you're looking at this for, I think this is an excellent investment property for all the reasons that I mentioned, because of all the development that's been going on in Valencia, and more of it that is going to be coming out here into the subdivision and then creeping down closer and closer to this property in the years ahead. By the by, quick thing, if you come up here on our listing page, under zoning, we have this property is zoned Rural Residential 1. If you want to learn more about what that means, you could click on this PDF. And we have here an excerpt of the county zoning ordinance. You can read about this here on these couple of pages, these 6 pages, or you can call the county planning and zoning office. We have provided their website here along with their phone number specifically for these purposes. I can usually speculate pretty well, pretty intelligently, we'll say, on zoning law out here because I've dealt with it enough, but I don't encourage people to call me and ask me about it, or call our offices and ask us, because ultimately we're not as good a resource as county planning and zoning. That's why we provide that down here. Anyway, I sidetracked, but the point of this is Rural Residential 1 properties are zoned in such a way where you're allowed to subdivide these to as small as a 1-acre lot. So currently you have 2 5-acre lots. You can chop those up into 10 1-acre lots. You can live on one, resell the other 9 for, I promise, a profit. You'd be buying this so inexpensively, or resell all 10. Subdivision is not all that difficult down there. Furthermore, it's also worth noting that this property, at the moment it looks like it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it sits in very close proximity to a number of things out here. Not just the town of Belen and all that's there, but there's, let me go back here to the thing. Hang on. You've got the local casino and resort that's out there. You've got the Tierra del Sol golf course, country club, and a lot of national parks that are in this area. So it's a really pretty picturesque area. But aside from all that, you've got the town over here, easy access to things like groceries and gas stations, and I think there's 2 veterinarians in very close proximity right over here, as well as you've got the Walmart Supercenter just up here in Los Lunas. So obviously you can access all these things, and as noted earlier, it's not too difficult to get into Albuquerque. Easy, 30-minute quick shot up the highway, or use the Rio Metro. By the way, as always, I just want to point out, if somebody wants to go out and scout these properties, we always encourage anybody who's going to buy from us, anybody who's going to spend this kind of money, please go out and look at these things in advance. Make sure you're happy with it. Make sure you're comfortable with it. It's very easy to do. We provide you the GPS coordinates as noted, but now we've got the corner points of the properties that we're listing on all of our new listing pages. Basically, bring this listing page up on your smartphone, click any one of these, and your smartphone should give you turn-by-turn directions. On the off chance you don't have good reception out there, you can always bring this up the night before on your PC. Just click on the directions tab up here, enter your start point, whatever that is, your home address, let's say, and you'll get turn-by-turn directions that you can print out and take with you out to the property. Of course, as always with something like this one's kind of easy. This one you can just kind of eyeball, come off the highway. Where's it at? Come off the highway up here, make your way down here, just keep heading south until you make your way over to Twining and Charon Lanes. Anyway, so, By the way, just going to talk about the buying process right now. If you are interested in purchasing this property, the easiest way to do this, what we recommend for properties that are in this price range, just click the Buy Now button up here. It's going to take you to a secure checkout page. where we ask you a couple questions. What name do you want on the deed? What's the tax address that the treasurer is going to send the yearly bill to? A couple of their contact information things here. Click next button, and then you can check out with a credit or debit card on the website, secure checkout. And the way that the conveyance process works is we're going to write up a new deed. We're going to show it to you, say, make sure we spelled your name right, got your address right, make sure there's nobody else you want on this deed, a spouse, a sibling, or child. Once you say it's good, we're going to sign it, we're going to notarize it, and we're going to, I meant to say autograph. We're going to autograph it, we're going to notarize it, and we're going to mail it off to the county to be recorded. From the time that you give us money, the property is yours. From the time that you give us money until it's officially recorded in your name and you have the recorded deed, it takes about 3 weeks. But once you give us money, we don't care what you do. You want to go out there, hang out, and start building, go nuts. Be our guest. But that is the way that the process works. It's very easy. Of course, we can accommodate anyone's comfortability level with buying property online. Some people are nervous about doing that, don't exactly know how this works. So you can come up here to the How It Works page, click on Buying From Us, and you can read about the different ways that you can do this. If you don't own a credit or debit card, we can do a wire transfer. If you don't feel comfortable about giving your money to somebody without knowing that, whatever, close through a title company. Escrow your funds to the title company. They won't be released to us until the property is in your name. There's a lot of ways that we can do this, a lot of ways we can accommodate it. If you have questions, feel free to give us a call, 702-919-7170. Anyway, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about us, blah, blah, blah. Thanks again for watching.